What's up guys, CapitalDEquals here, and I'm back for a scrap deck tutorial 101, whatever you want to call it, my opinions, thoughts, and choices. Because I made a lot of choices here, and I'm actually looking for suggestions, and as you can see, this mess, I'm just going to go through each card and just pretty much do my best in explaining. So, we'll go start with the simplest choices, and that is spells. 2 MST. I think 2 MST is enough, because you have, I'm not going to say that you destroy a lot with your Scrap Dragon, because, you know, you're probably going to destroy monsters with it, but every time I draw a MST, I have, like, let's say I run 3, which I did for a time being, and then I draw one, and then I'm just like, okay, great, because I always have one in my hand now. It's like, same as running triple Veiler. When I ran 3 of these cards, I always had one in my hand, and you might be like, oh, sweet, that's awesome, right? Because you always want that, like, effect negation, you want that back row hate, but it's not that good, because a lot of times I find myself setting this card to defend myself, and I find myself just destroying random shit. Like, I destroy like a Xian's Dojo or whatever, and compared to destroying a Solemn Warning, that's not that great. So, Effect Veiler, I already run 2 Fiendish Chains, which is self-explanatory, so that's my choice for that. 2 MST, and this is alright. I can side a 3rd MST if it's like, if I'm facing like heroes. I don't want to get super polys, obviously. So like, yeah, because you have to play MSTs conservatively this format, because there's so many spells that you have to watch out for. So don't just set it as soon as you get it. Keep it in your hand. I like to keep my MSTs in my hand. Foolish Burial. This card, no one ever plays it for some reason, because they're like, oh, you run a free Scrap Storm, why would you even need Foolish Burial? Well, because Scrap Storm requires a scrap in your hand, and I have a problem with drawing that. And Foolish Burial sets up so many plays. Like, let's say I have a Scrap Chimera in my hand, and a Scrap Storm in my hand. I'm really reluctant to, like, whoops, that's Scrapyard. I'm really reluctant to, where'd it go? I'm really reluctant to Scrap Storm my Scrap Chimera. Instead, I would just Foolish a Beast, summon this, and just plus off that. Because, like, this, you can just, like, send this, for example, you want an Armor Master, or like a Dark End Dragon, which I believe in this format is pretty good. You just send Zephyros in, summon like Beast, whatever, and you plus off that. And then the 2 scrap cards that are debated heavily. Some people run 2 of Scrap Storm, or 3 of Scrapyard. Some people run 1 Scrapyard, 1 Scrap Storm. Some people don't even run these cards together. And like, I agree to some extent. Like, if you're running a Summoner Monk variant, a Gravekeeper engine, or like the stun type with like Thunder Kings and BLS, then yeah, I agree. Running these cards aren't that useful, because you probably won't have that many scraps. You probably have like Beast, 1 Goblin, and 1 Chimera. 3 Chimera. You're just probably using scraps as an engine. But if you're running scraps, you need these cards. Like, these 2 is enough. 3 is a bit too many, because you only have like, what, 6 tuners, 6 targets. But this card, I will briefly explain how good this card is. Like, let's say you have a bad hand, like a really bad hand, like I'm talking like terrible, like you have 1 Beast and like 2 Storms, or 3 Storms. This is actually an amazing hand, because you summon Beast, you attack, or you leave it on the field, and you set these 3. Let's say someone changes the MST to this Scrap Storm. You're like, okay, you want to MST my Scrap Storm? I activate Scrap Storm on this, and then you can activate all 3 Scrap Storms onto this, because even when this card is destroyed from the first Scrap Storm, the monster doesn't have to be on the field for these 2 to resolve. So basically, you send 3 cards to the graveyard, and you draw 3, and you get to send this to the graveyard. So summon this, Scrap Storm it. I send a card to the graveyard, Chimera. Sweet. I send Chimeras in the graveyard, activate these 2, send 2 more, and then draw 2. Draw 2 more. And this gets destroyed, and I can add this Chimera to my hand, or any other scrap that I might have sent. So that makes Scrap Storm a staple. It's like your Gemini Spark. Okay, Gemini Spark for scraps. Next, we have these staples. Okay, Mind Control. Yeah, Mind Control. Mind Control, Call of the Haunted. What else did I want? Torrential. And Cyber Dragon. And we'll throw in scrap golem in there as well. Okay, so this is where I need help from you guys. I know this is a really disorganized video, but whatever. So we have scrap golem, cyber dragon, torrential, free golem. Okay, so I run 1 scrap golem and 1 cyber dragon, and 1 mind control, 2 coal, and 2 torrential. But right now my deck is 42 cards, and while it's, whoops, camera fell over. While it's decently consistent, it's still 42 cards, right? Those cards you draw could be a better one, and I want every card to be live. So I was thinking about taking a third Cold Haunted, but no. So if any of you guys are like, oh, why don't you run 3 Cold Haunted? It's unlimited. Well, that's my reason. I could run 2 golems, but when I draw this, I want to shoot myself. So, because like, what are you gonna do with it? You don't want to tribute your cards. You want to send this with Scrapstorm, and then summon it off Chimera. So I only run 1 golem. But now here comes the thing: mind control, torrential, cold, haunted, and cyber dragon. Cyber dragon, I don't like running cyber dragon because it's not a scrap. I know this is kind of stupid, and you should put in whatever card you need to win, but I just don't like it because it's not a scrap. And honestly, all I use it for is like scrap twin dragon. I don't really use it for any other cards. And then like this mind control, which really needs a scrap on the field to work. So yeah, that's not so good. And then I might take 1 Trencher out, 1 Cold Haunted out. What do you guys think? Should I take out? Because I have 42 cards. I want to take out 2 of these cards. Cyber dragon. So yeah, I need your input on that, guys. Next is Scrap Warfrost. This guy is, I can't describe how good this card is, because honestly, in some situations he's shit, but in some situations he's godlike. And like, how should I let me see. I don't know, because like he's mostly used for setting up next turn plays to secure you a good position. Let's say I summon Golem, and then I summon Beast. I summon Allfrost, destroy Beast, and add a Chimera from my graveyard to my hand. And then I sync with these for Scrap Twin, or like a 9-star. And now I have a Chimera for great use. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. So yeah. Next are these 2 cards. Blackwing Armor Master, actually no, just Dark End. I want you guys to give me your opinion on this, because I think it's the Zen mains for Synchros, and it's the best we're going to get, but that's my decision. Next are these 2 engines. The reason I don't like Thunder Kings, Cyber Dragons, and Gravekeepers, and Summoner Monks is because they're not scraps. I mean, like, I don't see the point in running something in your deck. I don't see running scraps as an engine as a smart thing to do, because you should run it as a deck. And so I think that's what they're meant to do. That's just my reasoning for now. So tell me what you guys think on that as well. Well, thank you very much, guys. I know it's a long video, so see you later.